What's going on YouTube? Benable is back again with an Envoy exclusive video. Today we're going to be talking about Mephisto and the Cabal team. Right now we're going to be starting off with Mephisto. He is actually his unique is the book, the one that Agatha has, the one that Moondragon has, the one that Black Knight just recently used as well. We're going to be going over his stats. Mephisto is sitting at 5.2 million health with 256k damage with 108k armor, 54,000 focus, 54,000 resistance, 130% crit damage, 10% crit chance, 127 speed, 25% block amount, and 100% accuracy. This is at level 98.77. Of course, when he releases, he's not going to be 7 stars or anything like that. So this is just a glimpse of what his power could be. Now, Mephisto's tags are Villain, Cosmic, Mystic, Protector, Mythic, Arch Enemy, and War Ready. That Arch Enemy one is a little weird. I haven't seen that before, so who knows what that could be. Mephisto's basic is Malevolent Strikes. Attack primary target for 300% damage. Apply 2 bleed for 2 turns and defense down for 1 turn. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. Rebound chain to 2 adjacent enemies for 250% damage. Apply 2 bleed for 2 turns and defense down for 1 turn. This damage reduces the max health of any targets by the same amount. So now max health is going to be the one that's going down. So it's going to be sort of like a stamina match. If any attack is a crit, gain 3 regeneration for 2 turns, gain immunity +1 up to a maximum of 3. If this character has ability block, this attack will always crit. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked or counterattacked. His special is Hellfire Blast. Sitting at 3/3, attack primary target for 500% damage. Clear 3 positive effects. Apply trauma for 1 turn and disrupted for 2 turns. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount, again lowering the max health threshold. For this character, all Ghost Rider, Robbie, and Cosmic Ghost Rider allies flip all negative effects to positive effects, heal for 20% of this character's max health, and fill speed bar by 20%. Oh, it's pretty wild right now. If this character has any hero allies, apply taunt for 2 turns to all hero allies. If this character does not have any hero allies, apply taunt for 2 turns to the villain ally with the highest health. Apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all allies. Mind control the enemy with the highest damage to attack the primary target. The controlled character gains 50% damage for this attack, and you apply offense down for 2 turns to all enemies. His ultimate is Revenge of the Damned. 3 out of 6 energy for all mythic enemies. Apply vulnerable, flip immunity, and apply heal block, ability block for 2 turns, excuse me. So this is more so for your Apocs, your Dooms, your Dormammus, all of them pretty much. So this is, it's going to take a minute to get to this ultimate, but it should happen pretty fast. All things considered with everything we've been seeing in the test server. Attack all enemies for 750% damage. Apply trauma for 2 turns. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. Clear all battlefield effects on allied side and apply the battlefield effect Mark of Mephisto to the allied side. Mark of Mephisto on any turn, barrier all allies for 5% of that character's max health. Allies gain 50% drain and armor. Allies cannot gain trauma. Allies cannot have their speed bar reduced. This battlefield effects lasts until cleared or until the end of the match. Now, a character that can clear a battlefield effect is now Cosmic Ghost Rider. So for those of you wondering, man, how are we going to be able to get through this? I feel like he may be a key to this equation. Okay, so his passive is In the Details. This character cannot be revived while this character is alive. Allies and enemies cannot be revived. On spawn, if this character is not a clone and does not have exhausted, gain 666% speed until this character's first turn. If this character has any mythic enemies, gain charged. On this character's first turn, if this character is not a clone and did not spawn with exhausted, become empowered. That is on spawn. When this character loses empowered, apply the following 2 turns of Safeguard, Defense Up, and Offense Up. Apply 3 Death Proof to self and all allies. Apply Trauma and Defense Down, Offense Down, and Bleed to all enemies. The first time this character gains Stun, clear Stun and heal self and all allies for 20% of this character's max health. When this character or an ally drops below 20% max health, clear Taunt from that character. On any non-summoned death, gain 1 charge up to a maximum of 10. For each charged, gain 10% armor, damage, focus, and resistance. Gain 20% max barrier. Gain 50% max health. Allies gain 20% max health. Enemies cannot gain stealth. Enemies with exposed cannot feel speed bar to themselves or allies. This does not apply to speed bar gain through normal means. That was a mouthful. Now, let's go to the Empowered Mephisto. Empowered Mephisto stats all remain the same. And the basic is Contract from Below. Attack primary target for 50% of this target's max health. Apply to vulnerable. The damage reduces to the max health of this target by the same amount. Gain 3 charge. Lose empowered. The special is a Weakening Bargain. Notice that there's no ability energy on this, because once you become empowered, I believe this is a list of things that you'll be able to pick as abilities on his turn. Sort of like how Apocalypse has his when he becomes empowered and has that 1 attack. I believe you guys get what I mean. Weakening Bargain is the special in the Awakened. Apply Exposed to the primary target and adjacent enemies. Apply Exposed to all mythic enemies. Gain 1 charge. Lose empowered. Enemies with Exposed cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. This does not apply to speed bar gained through normal means. This effect persists as long as the character is alive. Alright. And the ultimate is Apply Exhausted to all enemies and lose empowered. And the empowered basic, the empowered passive, my apologies, is In the Details. This character cannot be revived while this character is alive. Allies and enemies cannot be revived. When this character loses empowered, apply the following for 2 turns to self and all allies. Safeguard, Defense Up, Offense Up. Apply 3 Death Proof to self and all allies. Apply Trauma, Defense Down, Offense Up, and 3 Bleed to all enemies. Apply the Battlefield effect Mark of Mephisto to the allied side. On non-summoned ally or enemy death, gain 1 charge up to a maximum of 10. Gain 10% armor, damage, focus, and resistance per charge on this character. And the Mark of Mephisto, again, is on any turn, barrier all allies for 5% of that character's max health. Allies gain 50% drain and armor. Allies cannot gain trauma. Allies cannot have their speed bar reduced. And the battlefield effect lasts until cleared or until the end of the match. And there you have Mephisto. Stay tuned, and we'll be going over the Cabal team here in just a second.